podcast.
It's empty, Gail.
I had to do it. 'Cause he's still gonna be here. He's in our hearts, though. Dan the man has surgery next week. Take care of yourself, sir.
Does he really?
He does. And
Because of that?
he says no. I think he did hurt himself, though, because it's a herniated disc.
That had to be it. I'm sorry. I'm not laughing at you, Dan, if you're watching. I'm so sorry.
I'm laughing at the stupidity of it. I wish you didn't do it. I said don't do it. I knew you were going to get hurt, Dan. I knew you were going to
You
get
said
hurt.
it a few times. And I encourage you, Dan, so thank you for listening to me, though.
It's fair. Well, we're back. Paul's here. It's been a break,
Yes.
but it feels good. It feels good to be back.
I miss being here, man.
Oh man, and it's almost like something like a sequel.
Yeah.
You
I like that.
Follow-up. A good follow-up is always good.
Much needed.
Much needed for sure. And that's
Oh
that's a good one for tonight, because what are we talking about? We're talking about sequels. And we have some special guests on tonight. Of course, the man who has been filling in and hanging out with me, my old buddy, Mr. Roy. He's here. Bring him on in. What's up, Roy? How you doing, buddy?
Pretty good.
Pretty
Hey,
good.
Roy.
Paul, meet Roy. Roy, meet Paul.
Nice to meet
Great
you.
to meet you.
He's been watching your
Paul
face
is-
each week on the intro.
Heck yeah. I'm sorry.
Come
You
on,
don't
I'm
get
not-
that time back. That's
Never
okay.
get
You
no.
look-
I
you
love
look
that
great.
little intro. I'm so proud of it, but now it has the wrong day on there because we're on a new day now, Fridays at 8, and that's good because now we have lots of people on the show. And another one that we're bringing on is he's actually, if you know the lore of like Bigfoot, and you know the lore of Loch Ness Monster, and then other cryptozoic creatures that are, you know, those mythical urban legends that we have, he would definitely be one of them. That is the worst damn gamer ever, who disappears, but we found him. He's back.
What's up, everybody? Your favorite digital cryptid is back.
We're gonna start calling. I don't know if you're Bigfoot though. Are you Bigfoot?
I'm 6'4", almost 300. I mean, I got a
That's
size
fair.
15.
All right.
Size 15.
I'm going to call you the
foot.
small squat. It's okay.
Small squat.
Small
Roy,
squat.
pleasure to meet you, buddy.
I want to say thank you to everyone who's watching, especially Sturdy, who wanted to make sure. He said he was here, but he's not on. I get why though. I know what he's doing. So
What's he
love him.
doing?
He's got overtime. He's got to work.
Oh. I hear that, Sturdy. I feel that on a spiritual level. So kudos to you.
It wasn't from that. Oh, he said it wasn't from that, but I don't know if I believe the Puerto Rican King Kong.
I like that.
That fits. I want to say thanks to everybody for being on. And Roy, I was going to call you Roy. I want to thank you for last night filling in last minute on to help me out with Real Combat over on Horror Conversations. Go check that out. It's a lot of fun. We're going to be doing a Real Combat live on stage at Carolina Fear Fest this year. It's going to be a lot of fun. So you got to come down. You'll see me and Paul down there just kicking it around. And then we're going to be also doing Stump the Scene Snob. So come see us when we're doing that. And we're going to have a fun one. It's all going to be on live stage. We're going to be doing other panels. There's great guests there, everything else. You can check out down below in the link, carolinafearfest.com for more. And you can also go and subscribe to the channel for us. And we appreciate you. So, guys, we got a packed show. And I want to talk sequels. I don't know what I got this like rip up my ass a little bit ago about sequels and like revisiting a lot. And it started with Kickboxer 2, The Road Back. The far superior follow-up to Kickboxer 1, starring that guy. I think his name is John Van something, Vandervault or whatever. But the second one comes back with such a charge. First of all, brings it back to America. Brings back to America. But it also changes out those stars. It gets rid of that guy and it brings in Sasha Mitchell, none other than Cody from Step by Step, and he took over the franchise from there. I urge people to watch this franchise as much as possible. We might have to do it here on the Scene Snobs at some point, but I'm super excited because it got me on a kick to watch a bunch of sequels and stuff like that. But not only just sequels, spiritual sequels too, and like sort of like I call them ghost sequels, where it's like it was maybe a script that was supposed to be the sequel to something, but was like moved over. Like Who Framed Roger Rabbit is famously was a screenplay for the third in the Chinatown series, and they took it after the two Jakes bombs. They took it, redid it, and boom, they ran with it. So. So I thought it would be fun to talk about those tonight and talk about some of our favorite sequels. Do they, in fact, though, I want to start off in an opinion and just yes or no, we're going to go around. Do sequels, more often than not, are they far superior to the original? Let's start with you, Paul. No?
I don't think they usually do. I think that's kind of rare to outshine the prequel, or the first one, at least.
Keep some examples in mind because I'm going to come back around for those because I want to talk about it. Roy, what about you? Do you think that they surpass the original?
I agree that I think it's rare that they surpass there are good examples of good sequels, even ones that are good on their own, maybe not as good as the original, but still good on their own. But to make a movie that's better than the original is, I think, tricky. Difficult.
Empire Strikes Back. I already see where your flaws are. Both of you. No, I'm just kidding. Well, I don't know where I stand. I kind of want to have this conversation because I don't think I have an opinion. So I'm glad there's a lot of people here to give me opinions tonight because I want varying takes on this. And everybody, please add on in the comments. Let me know what you think. But Chris, what have you got? And I want examples from you, sir.
just like these guys, you can do a sequel, right? And I think that's part of a lot of my anticipation and a lot of people's anticipation in knowing that something may be developed into a sequel or might start to develop into a series. There's, you want to see that good story from the first one be continued. But as far as for sure, rock solid sequels, again, it's. I don't think it's a super rarity, but I just think it's something that's very much so less come by than the more disappointing or the more average and mediocre sequels.
Yeah, I get that. All right, I do. Okay, here's something I do want to ask because I'm torn between two different set of movies and their sequels of what is the better story told all the way through, like series that have ended. Okay, hear me out. Lord of the Rings is great, and I think it is number one. But Back to the Future is damn close.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm not talking about trilogies. I'm talking about movies that have sequels that cleared out their story. Yes, it ended in a trilogy, but there's a lot of movies that have done that over the course of different measured movies. So it counts for the sequel conversation. Do you think that that's one? Do you think that Lord of the Rings, perfect trilogy, Back to the Future? Now, I'm not saying perfect movies.
I'm saying perfect trilogies.
Perfect, like, story all together. Like, everything sort of, like, ties itself together in a way. Like, yeah, of course, there's plot holes in Back to the Future, which can be filled with time and time travel and all that stuff. Ooh, I have a ringer. The Bill and Ted trilogy. No. But what do you guys think? Sound off. Anybody, if you're, it's free reign now. Let's get into it. Yeah,
Can I go first? I just don't want to trample over anybody. I think personally, even though I've probably watched, it's going to sound very confusing, even though I've watched Lord of the Rings as a trilogy more, I think that's because I feel like it's almost incomplete and there's more you could add to that as a trilogy as opposed to Back to the Future. To me, you watch it 1, 2, and 3, it's very satisfying. And I have to go with like which movie you throw on with your group of friends if you're going to plow through a trilogy. No one is going to agree to go 9 hours with you just on a random Friday night and be like, yeah, let's watch all 3 Lord of the Rings, but they'll definitely give you the time for Back to the Future.
You didn't go to school at Full Sail.
I know, I'm sorry. But so I'd probably say Back to the Future wins that one for me between the two.
All right. I like that. Because see, I think that's where I'm torn with that one. But if you guys have another one, throw them in there. Like if the Star Wars trilogy, things like that. Or not just trilogy, but like any sequels that kind of measure up. You know, here's a weird one. Here's a good connecting sequel that just popped into my mind. Rogue One into A New Hope.
Yeah.
I like, it's well connected. Yeah. Oh wait. Oh, Roy, what do you got? You getting disappointed?
No, I was just listening. I was thinking.
I love it. All right. Well, what else you got for me? Get crazy with it. Tell me what sequels I should be watching. What are better?
The Dark Knight is way better than Batman Begins.
Agreed.
I didn't even think of The Dark Knight. And that's one of those movies that like I watch it on its own. I don't watch those three movies together a lot. Like if the other ones are on, whatever, I'll watch them. But like Dark Knight is one I watch like quite often. That is such a good pick.
For me, that's how I deal with the Lord of the Rings, because my first experience with Lord of the Rings was watching them all through, and by the time I got to the end of it, I was pissed off by the end of it. I didn't understand why Frodo just got on a boat. What happens? Where are they going? Like, I was just so mad that it took me through this up and down of like this slow pace build, awesome action in that second one, and then they drop you off down to slowly pick you up, and then they just kind of let you drift off into the wind, literally, with Frodo and them. And I was just pissed off. I'm like, I want my time back. Second movie's good. Fuck the others.
Well, doesn't Return of the King have the big battle at the end?
Which one?
Return of the King. Doesn't Return of the King have the big battle?
To me,
it does. When they bring the Ghost Warriors in and such. I don't have a lot of words for you, Chris.
Well, it's been a long time since I've watched the Lord of the Rings. But I have heard recently about in the books there was a whole epilogue about the hobbits returning to Hobbiton or whatever it was, and like seeing all the fallout of how the war had an effect on it, and it's like kind of going to I could go off in a
and to add to that too, they also did change some things from the book. Like they added a lot, don't get me wrong, there's tons of stuff in there, but they messed with the idea of time, because even like Frodo in the beginning doesn't leave for like 18 years after getting the ring, and then he finally does. And when he finally does go, it takes like I think 3 years to get to Mordor, and at the end he doesn't get on the boat right away. It's not like he's invited on the boat and they go. He goes back to the Shire, lives life for a while, I believe. Like, correct me if I'm wrong. He's
in a turmoil where he's got this weight of the things he's seen and everything he's done, and the call of the ring, and he doesn't know what to do. He's like, I don't fit in here. And then that's where he basically takes his chance with the wizard and sails off, because he's like,
I think that's them like going
I need to not be here type deal.
That's fair.
I need to watch these movies again. You're making me want to watch them again.
Yeah. It's been a while.
I'd rather talk about the book. You know what I mean?
Oh, they're so good. But I also want to watch the Back to the Future movies, but that's never rare.
And as far as the Back to the Future movies, they're solid movies. They're entertaining. You know what I mean? You can't complain. They've done their job of lasting the test of time where nobody expected them to, culturally, with things like clothes and apparel, fashion, all the way out to making a car such a staple in society, such a classic, with the DeLorean and such.
Especially a complete and utter failure of a car, too. Like, I mean, like, not that it was it was the Cybertruck of the 80s.
Right.
No, agreed.
I can't think about it. Like, it was one of those ones that just completely flopped. Now, why did it flop? Because of the owner and Wow.
Yeah.
Anyway, so 1985, they brought it back, and now it's memorialized as the Time Machine, and it's amazing. And I love
you can actually buy a hoverboard on the TikTok shop now.
I don't. You know what pisses me off so? Oh my god! Oh my god! You just
the sneakers, the $40,000 Nikes or whatever.
No. All right. Well, all right. So young Mick Manhattan watching Back to the Future Part 2. I didn't know any better. I was a kid. I didn't know that hoverboards weren't real. And I just assumed I couldn't have one until I was an adult. Because in today's society, that's how it worked. And so when I realized far too late that they weren't real, and I found out in such a berating manner from one of my brothers, I realized, that sucks. I really wish they were. And then I realized power laces weren't real either. So now that I'm on TikTok and they're and the mind-boggling, like, I don't care about that app as much as most people do, even though I'm doing well on it. Not monetarily. I just meant numbers wise. Far from it. So saying that though, like, I get really mad at some of the fear mongering for some of the TikTok shop stuff, like if a solar battery for your phone. It's like, oh, if you find yourself in an apocalypse and like you're out in the woods, you're gonna want to charge your phone. Like, what? Like, fine,
You're lucky if you get cell service.
But I could but I can deal with that to an extent, because I'm like, this is just regular people trying to come up with commercials. And there is no regulations for it, right? There's no like FTC to or SEC to or whoever it is. I think it's FTC, isn't it? No, that's Federal Trade Commission.
FCC.
FCC. Yeah. Federal Communications.
Communication.
Yeah. So there's no FCC overlooking on the internet, especially TikTok and stuff. So what pisses me off, because they're doing it to a whole new generation, is they're showing the scenes and then they're editing the hoverboards to look like they're floating and saying it's real and it's whatever, a TikTok shop, and it's like, what, $49? I'm like, yeah, this is some bullshit. Now I'm mad. This is blatant false advertising, because I know it's going to happen. I'm going to fall for it. First of all, I realize that my height and weight, that if they had a hoverboard, it would just be a board if I stood on it. But for the people like younger or smaller or whatever, that's, it could fly. That's not the case. I'm about 93% sure that it can't fly. No. And that they're lying to me on TikTok. And I don't want to spend the money to get it and then be upset. But I might.
7% chance. I like where your head's at with that, Mick.
Just save up for the kicks. Just save up for the kicks. You can at least buy the kicks. The kicks are real.
60%. Yeah, no, they don't make them in 18. I'll buy them for my kids. No, I won't, because they're like $5,000. But I listen. I love Back to the Future. I don't need to live it. Actually, I wouldn't mind though. Not gonna lie. I'd be kind of ready to go back in time for a little bit. If you could go back in time to any year, which one are you going to? And you have to just go and like sort of observe and visit.
Does it have to be in my life, or does it have to be any point in time?
Any point. It's not back in time. We're not going forward, because it's back to the future. You got to come back to the future.
I'd go to year one, because there's hardly anyone there, and I don't have to deal with any politics or anything else crazy.
Wait, like year one of the
caveman?
Yeah, year one.
Why not?
Oh, year one.
You're going to be surprised when you get there, sir.
I thought
but I could observe everything untouched.
There's not supposed to be anybody here.
I'm like, listen, Doctor.
Sorry.
Roy, what about you? Where you
got lasers.
I don't know. I'd probably impulsively go to like 1985. Like it would just be, like Doc had the thing on 1885 because he liked the Wild West. I would probably just, let's pick a year, 1985. Then I would go check it out.
85 would be cool. 85 would be cool to go visit again. I would want to watch WrestleMania. WrestleMania 2.
You only get one use of this, or you could keep doing it if you want. You know what I mean?
You are not allowed, sir. You can't.
Would you guys check in on yourselves?
One pellet, one trip.
No, I would stay away from my. Actually,
just watch. You said just observe. Like, would you still just observe yourself and be like,
it's just me walking. What am I doing? To me. It's me walking up to the childhood me. It's 85, so 2, 3, 4, 8, 5. So I was 17. No, it's 3. So like, I don't know that I could give myself the message that I desperately would want to give him
I'd probably leave like a journal or something somewhere to be
I would
found and
just
just
leave
kind of
I'd
held
probably,
around. You know what I mean?
I would leave a note and like, but like, and like, maybe I'm like I do like Back to the Future Part 2 where they like the Western Union comes and like delivers it down the line. I would do that, and it would just say, "Bail out now." They flip that switch on Y2K, it all gets squirrely, and you don't want to be there for it. So just jump ship. Just get out of here. You're not going to know what happens. But it's a hell of a ride. I just disappear all of a sudden. Wildly just doing a show, randomly doing a show for a minute, and I just disappear. Well, that joke fell flat. That's for sure. Chris, what do you got? Where would you go?
I'm going back like ancient Egypt, Samaria times. You know what I mean? I want to see what the fuck was going on. Why don't we understand how these things were done? You know what I mean? I want to see for sure and hear it from them. You know, I want to hear the word as the word.
That's
I respect that.
You know what I mean? Don't give it to me with the alterations and the omissions. I don't want redactments. Give me the word as it was from day one.
I see the montage now. It's like we all go back to the times we chose, right? Oh fuck that! I'm going back to 1991. We all go back to the times we chose, right? Immediately, Paul dies from a saber-toothed tiger attack.
100%.
Dude, 100%. There's no way in year one. Maybe not a saber-tooth because, like, I don't 100% know when saber-toothed tigers were in comparison to humans. When was the Ice Age? Weren't we in that?
Supposedly there were remnants of us. I don't know. Nobody really knows.
I'll find out for you guys. That's what I'm saying.
Exactly.
I'm taking one for the team.
He's gonna get there and be like, "Where's the ice?"
You'd have to deal with diseases. Like,
yeah, you're definitely 100%. You in Egypt, you're screwed.
Yeah,
oh, damn.
You're getting out of the time machine and dying of a disease. That's how much disease ran rapid back then. I would change your dial to like, when was the plague? We're gonna play Ultimate Risk.
Oh my god! Just stick me on like Pearl Harbor 19. Like, yeah, no.
How great would it be if we all went back in time and our vaccines just kept us safe?
Yeah, and that's what I'm kind of assuming. I mean, we're so overly developed from that time that our bodies have developed, defenses to that, plus the vaccines that we have in our time. Difference,
I'm not a doctor. It sounds right.
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking.
I'm not trying to spread misinformation, but I mean, it feels like if we have the vaccines, I'm not saying they cover everything, but like, isn't like everything now just evolved from like the plague?
I assume.
No.
Roy said no too quick. I'm sorry,
Roy. Tons of different organisms.
Actually, interesting bit of trivia about that. I believe that the people there are people who are descended from the people who survived the plague who are immune to AIDS. Like that there's some connection there, and I should have looked that up and confirmed that before I said it. I'm going on a very kind of rusty memory on that. That there are people who are immune to AIDS, and it had to do with the plague or something like that.
I love that. That's
interesting kind of thing.
I'm never going to, but just know that I want to look into that.
Okay,
I'm going to.
I will do a Wikipedia rabbit hole tonight, and I'll.
We should just do a show where you fact check everything.
Please don't do that. I say a lot of crazy stuff on here that I can't back up at all.
No, not like personal fact check. It would be kind of funny to just be fact checked on like random ass shit. I do want to bring this up.
Actually, it would not be funny.
It would be
I
hilarious.
thought that would be funny. Whatever.
I thought it was funny.
Sturdy says he'll talk to you at 10:30, Paul.
Yep, we're doing
Says
some live
good.
gaming.
Right?
What up, Brant? He's downstairs right now.
Nice. James,
Hello.
what's up, buddy? He says, what was your crowd like for Minecraft? I did not. I went the first day or second day it opened when I took the kids, and I did not. There was no like wildness there. I did not know anything about it. Have you guys heard this? So I guess, and it's weird because it's like college kids. Like, you know, college kids are going, and I thought about it. I'm like, well, I guess college kids have been playing Minecraft that long. Yeah, it's just been around that long. So like, that's a huge. Like, I forget. Like, we talk about like what was huge to us growing up. Like when you think about your childhoods, and let's go back and let's just say it in a round table. What is it? Doesn't have to be the main focus or your main love, but like, what is something that you remember, pop culture wise, from your childhood? That stands out like nothing, like you still love it. For me, it's Ghostbusters.
Mhm.
You know, like Ghostbusters
Transformers and Mario.
Yeah, Super Mario. That's another one. That's a great one. How about you, Paul?
Matrix and GoldenEye, the game on N64.
Boom. Perfect answers.
Conker's Bad Fur Day for me, but I did play a lot of GoldenEye.
I think Roy
Too
agrees
much.
with me about that.
GoldenEye, well, video games in general,
Yeah.
Star Trek: The Next Generation.
Yeah.
It was
Boom, another great one.
needing
So-
to be in front of the television at 10:30 Saturday night so I could see Star Trek, not just
Heck yeah.
binging it episode after episode like you can now.
Even
And-
like when we talk about like Back to the Future, though, or not just Back to the Future, but like when we went to go see that in the theaters, we were cheering on, man.
Mm-hmm.
You know, and I just wanted to like kind of equate it to like, I guess that's how we have to feel about like these kids with Pokemon and these kids with Minecraft and stuff
I'm that
like
generation,
that.
so
When Super Mario came out, I know everybody was excited about it, but I was like, I think we were all like, is this gonna be a good movie?
Mm.
We really like, this is our childhood.
We'd already been through it once.
A movie I'm glad didn't get a sequel, for sure.
That was one of my
I love
first
that
times.
movie though.
The original live action was one of the first times I actually went to a theater, and I was younger, right? When was it? 93, 94. So I'm like, what, 8? And I remember coming out so disappointed. So like, what the hell was this? And what?
But like, Back to the Future 2 for me was like the opposite.
You love that one.
Back to the Future 2 was the first movie where I realized you could go back to the movie theater and watch it again.
Mhm.
That was like, I didn't even, in my little kid brain, you just went to see it in the movies and then you waited until it came out to rent at the grocery store or wherever. And that's the only time you're going to see it again. But Back to the Future 2, I had an idea. I was like, I could go back to the movie theater and see it again. And I saw, that was the first movie I went back and I saw it like 6 times in the theater.
Heck
And
yeah.
That's
yeah,
real.
that was a movie that was the movie that got me into movies. You know, it wasn't just a
What specifically got you for the second
Stuff.
one?
fucking hover cars,
Okay.
flying cars, hoverboards, the future, the whole future, like the whole first third of the movie.
Mhm.
I loved that, and the rest of it, I was kind of like, it's cool that we're going and like revisiting. We're seeing an alternate 1985, and then we're going back and we're revisiting the events of the first movie. But to me, that that first like half hour or whatever of the movie was like, I just loved that.
That surprise. The Hollywood visual effects artist loved the first half of Back to the Future Part 2.
There are so many little tricks that they did in that movie to get all kinds of cool stuff.
You mean to make little boys believe that hovercrafts were real?
They lied. They lied in behind the scenes stuff. They said
They
it was
did. They
real.
tried to make it like it was new technology.
Approval. And yeah, and I was like stoked.
Me too. I was like, this is going to come out. I was like, I'm not great on wheels, but I'm going to be great in the air. I don't know
That's the
why.
thing.
There was no
If I ever
basis for me.
Get a chance to talk to Robert Zemeckis, and I have an interesting conversation, but that's the one thing I'm gonna.
That was Well,
Right.
I went to dinner with Dean Kundi one time, and I'm not trying to make that like it was just he and I on an intimate affair having conversations. It was not. It was like a whole group of us, and it was for The Thing. We're part of this group, Outpost 31, and we all went out to dinner, the original crew and stuff. And Dean Kundi and Nick Castle come up and they have dinner with us, and they're hanging out. And everyone is hounding Dean Kundi with questions about The Thing. And I'm like, I would love to ask him every question about The Thing too, but the man directed Back to the Future. He directed Jurassic Park. It's like the list goes on and on.
Halloween.
I have so many questions just about Back to the Future.
Mm-hmm.
And it was just delightful.
Jealous.
Don't worry. Look who you're going to meet this year. And Malcolm McDowell.
Oh man, I'm so excited.
I'm
excited for Bill Moseley too. Like, man, everybody.
Oh yeah,
that lineup for Fear Fest is solid this year, you guys.
It's a solid list. You need to get out there, people. It's gonna be fun. Let's see what everybody's got. George G3's here. What's up, George G3? Thanks for joining in, buddy. We hope you're well too.
Hello.
Did you guys know The Last Dragon was supposed to have a sequel prequel called The Send to Last Dragon, starring yours truly? Get out of here.
Yeah.
And just relax. And we will tackle Lord of the Rings on PNP. I'm sure we will, but we're watching the full unedited director's cut versions, which are 4 hours a piece. And that's my demand on that, because they're better. More information, more stuff. You need to watch it. Now, gentlemen, are you ready? Are you prepared to share your top 5 countdown?
Woo! Yes,
This time we're doing movies that deserve sequels but didn't get them. We all might have our own little stipulations as it goes, but I'm excited for this one. I'm like, this was a cool topic that I'm really excited for, and I might piss off some horror fans with this one. But it's I stand by my list. So, are you gentlemen ready to get started?
Absolutely.
Roy, did you not make a list this time?
I didn't know what the subject was.
My apologies for not sending you the subject.
I'll try.
Roy, I got 9. You can use 4 of mine.
Damn, Chris.
And then you got to come up with one on your own. All right, let's go with number 5. I'll kick this off and then we'll go around. My number 5 is Big Trouble in Little China.
Okay.
I always wish I would get a sequel. It left it open perfectly for one, and I would have loved to have seen Jack Burton in action again. But you can. It is in comic book form. They did make a sequel. Go check it out. But, Paul, what do you got for your number 5, sir?
My number 5 is The Happy Time Murders. I was so excited for Jim Henson's son making a Muppet movie that was inappropriate and adult. I was like, they're going to make more, and they haven't made any more, and I need more because I love puppets, and I need a sequel, please.
I love this. It does deserve a sequel. It was funny as hell. All right, Roy, what's your number 5?
I don't have any idea.
I thought you were giving him one, Chris. Come on.
Oh, take
Chaos. It's
Step
absurdity.
Brothers.
Step Brothers. So Roy, Step Brothers, huh?
I haven't even seen the first one.
You haven't seen the first one?
No, I haven't.
Wow.
I have not. I've
need to
seen
watch
all the clips, the memes, but I haven't.
No, you have not. When they try to stop the house from being sold, and they dress up like pretty much everybody now. So anyway, what's your number 5? Worst damn gamer ever.
Wanted with James McAvoy. Had Morgan Freeman in it. Had the skinny lady who played Laura Croft.
Love it. That's a good one. Number 5. That's good.
Oh yeah, it's a great movie. I love
They've
that
been
storytelling of the interweaving and how they pick the assassination and all that stuff, and then how he comes and kind of undermines it all, and he's like, "Yo, let's cut through the BS," because obviously he sees bad things are happening. Somebody's using it the wrong way. So I kind of would have liked to see the evolution of that, to see if now maybe if he took the reins or if maybe they went after him now that he's got all the power type deal. You know what I mean? Now that he's
Interesting.
locked it all and can control it all.
It's a different one.
Yeah.
All right, let's get to number 4, and I'll kick us off. All right, so this one was a little bit. It would be the third in the series, and it's the Escape from New York, Escape from L.A. And I would have liked to have seen them. Like, there was plans for possibly like Escape from the World, which I thought could have been an interesting one, or bringing Snake to something else because now the world's shut down, like playing it that way. I would have liked to have seen a sequel to kind of finish that out. I do realize that the, like the second one was pretty much a carbon copy of the first, but I still enjoy it. It's still a fun time. And I would have liked to have seen the continued adventures of Snake Plissken, which he does have comic books as well. So they are no, never. It's the most boring movie of all time.
God, Brian, why are you trying to piss off Mick?
Why you want them rants today? But anyway, that's my choice. What you got for me?
I went with the movie The Hunt. I immensely enjoyed that, and I mean, you could make endless options with that because those rich people didn't stop picking random other people that offended them throughout the year they had a problem with to hunt them. So,
oh, that's right. So that was the one with who was in it? The blonde woman I know was in. I can't think of her name though. And she was like the agent that went under.
Well, no, she just got in there because they accidentally chose the wrong name. She had the same name as another female, and she had no idea why they wanted her. And then they find out in the end that they just chose the wrong woman with the same name.
That's what it was. I thought she actually it was an odd movie, but it was really fun. Like odd in a good way. Like when I say odd, it's like that wonderful weird, but it's like dark too. But there's a lot.
But not Tusk weird, so it's safe to watch, you guys, because I know a lot of you
don't want a
Tusk.
sequel to Tusk. Don't need a sequel to Tusk unless it's
we had a sequel to Tusk.
Do we have a sequel to Tusk?
Yeah, because it's the same detective after Tusk. I thought.
Oh, I guess
Menno.
You could kind of say that. Yeah, I guess so. They're sort of a sequel, sister sequel, so that still counts. All right, Roy, what you got for me? I just love to see your face.
Inception.
I'm coming up with my own list.
Okay, good.
Okay, what you got?
My next one was going to be Inception because it's just such a mind twist. I had to watch that movie like 3-4 times, and I kind of want more of it. And seeing how that plays out with them using the subsystems of like subconscious and all of that stuff. Maybe they never actually came out. You know what I mean? Like I stuff like that is just super cool to me and trippy to watch.
Like
also
picking a movie like that, why do you think like maybe like instead of Inception, maybe something like The Matrix, which allows for sequels?
Wait, what?
The Matrix, like I think that would be better. That would be better for sequels, wouldn't it?
But it has sequels. We're supposed to be picking movies that don't have sequels. The Matrix has 2 other sequels and another one that just came out about 2 years ago.
No, it doesn't.
Yes, it does.
Yeah. There's blinders on for those.
So. No, not at all.
You got to acknowledge them.
Make better ones.
They even have a video game that was a successor to the movie. An anime that was a sequel to the movie.
Animatrix was good. Yeah, Animatrix was really good series.
You didn't like Reloaded?
No. I like Reloaded the most out of all the sequels. That shouldn't exist.
Another one that the sequel is better than for you.
Listen, all I'm saying is there's no sequels to that movie. 1999 was it, and it was a mediocre movie as it was. I had to say that for the visual effects artists.
I just like that the fourth one is basically a meta joke making fun of itself, like of its own existence. That they're literally saying in the movie Warner Brothers wants another sequel, so we had to make one.
I know, but at the same time, I hate it because here's the thing, you made a joke sequel, great,
but they didn't really want to make it.
No, I get that. No. My point is not at you. It's
you cut. I can't hear you.
Because you didn't want to make this. You put a commentary to it. But you already made 2 shitty sequels that are on the level with how bad that one is. So it's like You guys got no leg on this. You guys should have just made up for it by making a good sequel. Like, I feel okay. Yeah, Warner Brothers sucks. They sucked for that. I don't understand what they were doing, but you could have redeemed it. And yet, no, you went all in on Cloud Atlas and Jupiter Ascending.
Yeah.
And then we're gonna make Matrix. Like, come on. Wait, did you say yeah to Jupiter Ascending?
No, Cloud Atlas. I loved Cloud Atlas.
Oh, that's right. You made me watch that.
I did. You're welcome.
Mel worked on Jupiter Ascending.
Did she?
I hope her
Heck
page
yeah.
is vast. And
By the way, how did Jupiter Ascending not make it on this list yet?
because
Because it's Jupiter Ascending. Like, get out of here. That movie was so bad.
he was a wolf boy. He was half dog. I forget the fuck we was, but he flew on his boots or shoes, and it was. I'm getting mad thinking about that movie. All right, let's move on to number 3. I think that's where we're at.
Didn't you have a number 4? Because you were making a list?
No, I'm making my own list.
In his head.
Gotcha. Sorry.
He's not coming around for it. All right,
Quiet again.
which one?
You got quiet again.
Keep going down.
I know it keeps jumping down. I keep setting it, and then it just jumps right down again. I don't know. I'm going to try and speak at a more normal level, and see if it sticks that way. The Rocketeer.
Oh, that's a decent one.
I love that movie, and I would have loved to have seen a sequel to it. I kind of hope they reboot it. I think it's worth it. It's just a really fun movie, and I think it's better than the same guy directed it, but I think it's better than like the first Captain America, which is very much in the same vein, same director and such. So I would have liked the sequel. But Paul, what you got for number 3?
Number 3 had to be Cabin in the Woods.
Ooh, solid choice. I like that a lot.
Need it.
Roy,
I'd take a. Oh, sorry.
No, I'm just kidding. Every time he starts looking, I'm like, I know he doesn't have one of them. So, but what is Cabin in the Woods? Where do you think they take that?
I mean, there's so many other. I don't know what you want to call them. Those glass elevators with all those different demons in there. They just have so much they could do with it. Just like kind of like 13 Ghosts. Like I wish they had shown more of them capturing them, their backstories, things like that, instead of just fan fiction. Like I just feel Cabin in the Woods, you had endless opportunities to do it, especially with them making alternate endings. One where the Titans are coming out, to take over to Earth. That'd be cool to see. And also that they ended up not coming out. All right, well then another group's coming next year anyway. So what's that like? Or what's the Japan one like? Since apparently it's different nations that are doing it as well.
And to see the Titans come up and like see hell on Earth, all these creatures have been released, and now like you kind of got to fight it. Mm-hmm. That would be pretty interesting. But
Constantine 2, there it is.
They're working on it.
Hopefully,
they want
can't wait.
They want that bad, so I'm down for it. So, Roy, what's your number 3? Chris, what's your number 3?
It's gonna sound kind of weird because I'm goddamn near 40 years old, but the Spiderwick Chronicles. It was a Nickelodeon movie. It was made for kids. I actually went and saw it in the theater when I was a little bit older. I just was like, oh, this looks like a cool little fantasy theater movie. Just go watch on a day. I wasn't expecting anything, and I actually enjoyed it. I was like, all right, cool. That and Percy Jackson. And I was like, where's the sequels? When are they coming? And then we only got one Percy Jackson.
Well, there's a TV show now on Hulu.
Yeah,
it's
we were
better.
supposed to get a third movie, though. We
Hulu,
were supposed to get 2 or 3 of these. They disappointed me. Give me this over Narnia.
Fair. All right, let's get to number 2. My number 2 is Galaxy Quest.
Oh, I only thought about that one.
That's a great movie, and I think that would have been a lot of fun, honestly.
I'm kind of surprised as a Trekkie you really enjoyed that. I would have assumed you would have been like, I don't like how
I like the
serious
parodies.
this was.
I love the Orville. Like, because as much as I love Trek, I love that what Trek has inspired too.
Okay.
And I'm a late bloomer into Trek. I watched some of the old ones on reruns when I was a kid, so I wouldn't count myself as like an ardent fan to watch all of them. In fact, I haven't watched all of them straight through until I did the rewatch for Warp Factor Fiction. But I did watch TNG, when like that was kind of like standard in our house on Saturday nights. Like that was always on. And it wasn't that anybody was truly a big Trek fan. I think we just liked it. It was kind of like a soothing show. You know, that was like a family time. It was like Baywatch and then that. So, you know, it was just like one of those things. But so like Galaxy Quest was a foot in the door of somebody who didn't like adhere to Trek as a young person. So
Okay.
I think that one I think all those parody sort of shows that like show it a lot of respect
Mhm.
are good foot in the door for people who may not know Trek and then want to get into it.
Okay.
Which I
Oh,
think desperately everybody should want to get into. It's the best way to live. It really is a utopian society. Let's just do it. We're on our way to it, honestly. I just didn't want to do that part. I was born a little too early. Let's get to 80 years from now. But that is my choice, is Galaxy Quest. I think it would have been great to see them sort of continue that whole series. What's your number 2, sir?
My number 2 is the movie Nobody. I needed a sequel.
It's coming.
It just needs to already be out. They've waited too long. I was ready after I saw that first one. I was blown away. I love that one.
Nobody. Is that the one with the guy from Better Call Saul?
Yep.
Okay.
I got one for you, Paul. You ready?
Yeah.
If you can't have Nobody 2 yet, watch Novocaine and Love Hurts.
I've seen them both.
And would you
I like
think?
Novocaine. I like
You didn't
Novocaine.
like
Love Hurts. I didn't love Hurts. It just didn't.
I
click.
like the comedy. It was fun for me. But I get it. And the Goonies factor, you know.
Yeah, that part.
So-
Yeah, then that's why I saw it. So I was like, yeah. But Novocaine was pretty entertaining. I did kind of enjoy that.
More so, it fits the mold of that. Really, I think it fits even better. But all right, Joe, what you got? I mean, Roy, what you got?
Trolls 2.
I'm over you.
I love it. Yes.
We all know what that was. There wasn't even a troll in it. Thank you. You know what we need? You Can't Stop the Music Part 2. Get the Village People back out there. Gutenberg's still here. Let's make this happen.
Staying alive.
Oh my God!
They
Staying
did a
Alive.
sequel to Staying Alive. Oh, was it? No, it was
Staying Alive was a sequel to Saturday Night Fever, which
Fever.
sucked. Oh, I hated.
You know who
Staying Alive.
directed
The
that?
trilogy, man.
Who? I don't.
Sylvester Stallone.
Oh wow.
Really?
Yeah, that was like one of his early directing gigs.
That was bad.
It was
I
bad.
love Saturday Night Fever was so good.
I'm gonna watch
Oh.
Staying Alive later just because I need to do it for Does It Suck Now.
It does.
That's
You don't need to. It does.
dude. I have to revisit. I haven't seen Staying
God
Alive
bless
since
it.
the '90s.
That's why.
That's probably why. You're probably right, but I need to see it. I need to see if it sucks. Because I brought Does It Suck back, so I need to see if it sucks. But that's a hell of a pick. Who's next?
I guess me.
Roy, what you got?
The trolls.
I mean, I figured it was there. So, Congress, you go. Oh, fucking Mike.
Yeah.
Damn it. I have to speak like normally or it gets mad at me, I think.
There's 2 movies that I put on my list that were like about each other. They're kind of same premise, almost kind of deal. But one will be an honorable mention, I guess. Push. I really liked Push with Chris Evans. I enjoyed watching that. He did a great job. I liked the aspect of it, and there's this fun action movie with powers and crazy shit that happens to a guy randomly type deal. You know what I mean? It's kind of cool. He gets all wrapped up into this whole thing. But yeah, always was waiting for another one of those.
All right. Dig it. And let's go on to our final of the evening. Number 1. And I'm going to go with mine. All right. This is where I'm going to piss off horror fans. There's a reason for it. There's a reason I want a sequel. I wanted. I don't want it anymore. But there was a reason I wanted a sequel to this. And that's because I think at the end, it got it right. This is where the story should have been. much like Sound of Music. All right, Dracula Untold. I thought Dracula Untold, yes, it's not a great movie. I liked what's his name as Dracula.
Okay.
I thought he fit well, but that's where it needed to be. It needed to be modernized. It needed to be like that beginning part should have been more like first 20 minutes and then bringing it to a more modernized version of Dracula. I think that would have been interesting. And that's my number one pick. And now I know I'm going to get a rebuttal here from the resident horror fan. Paul, why am I wrong?
You are not wrong. You are entitled to your opinion. I can't say it's wrong. That's what you believe. That's fine.
I'm not saying I love that movie or anything.
No, yeah. I get it. I do get it. So I'm not going to be mad about it. I just didn't like that movie. I don't know. It was a snooze fest.
I agree.
Unfortunately. But.
No arguments. Again, I liked him, but it was also supposed to be the art opener for the Dark Universe.
Right.
Originally. And that ending was supposed to be the lead in for that Dark Universe. And I wanted that sequel. So I'm still always going to call for it because I think it was a waste. And that saddens me. But what is your number one choice, Paul?
It had to be Ready Player One.
I forgot about that.
All time, because there's a second book, so I assumed they were going to do Ready Player 2, and I mean they set it up perfect in the movie, and that movie that's probably within my top 5 top favorite movies of all time, because it's one I can watch with any type of person, any age, and you're going to love it. And as someone that loves a lot of Spielberg, he put himself all in there, and you get a bit of everything he's done, which I absolutely love. And it might have The Shining in it, which is kind of cool, I guess. So just
a little bit.
Yeah.
You love that. And I don't blame you. I do. I really enjoyed Ready Player One, even like the differences between the books and the book and the movie. And I didn't read the second book, so I don't know where the story goes. But I did enjoy the movie. I enjoyed what Spielberg made. It was one of my favorite movies from that year because I am such a Spielberg guy. I love the feel of his movies too. So you're automatically going to get a point if your movie can make me feel something like that. And I just, I'm a kid. Spielberg, Jurassic Park made me want to be a filmmaker. Like, and how many other countless Back to the Future is my favorite movie. He produced it. So like, yeah, Ready Player One was just won me from the moment there was a DeLorean. But what do you got, Roy?
Seeking a Friend for the End of the World.
Ooh. You son of a bitch. That's a great choice. If we had all picked End of the World movies.
Your mic's quiet again.
Oh, God damn it. Why does it go on like that? Oh, because I laughed. I laughed real loud and it's the noise sensor. Anyway, I'm not going to laugh anymore at any of your stupid jokes. Or I'm gonna, or as I laugh, I'm going to go, ha, 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 ha. So, Chris, what's your number one, my friend?
Paul made me go off my list on this one because he said Ready Player One, and that made me remember Ender's Game. I fucking went and saw that in the theater, and I was like, you know what? I can't wait. It's been a while since we had a good fucking space battle type movie. I enjoyed that shit. It's a modern day to me that needs to be given its due and given its fucking sequel. And they have the material. It's books. They're books.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. I feel like if we took all of your choices, Chris, and added up their budgets, it would be less than the budget for the new Snow White movie. Which is not a knock, but like I'm thinking about the ones that came out and like what they got, what they made, and like stuff like that. And it's like that was $320 million they spent on that stupid Snow White movie. And they couldn't make sequels for any of your stuff.
That is a testament to, hey, sometimes it's not about how much you spend.
That's true.
You can still get quality for a decent price. It's just about treating the people right and letting them do what they're supposed to do for the material.
And putting giant weird CGI dwarves in there. All right, guys. Well, that's just our top 5 list of the week. We did movies that deserve sequels but didn't get them. Hope you guys enjoyed it. If you're watching this as a clip, but we're gonna move on to. Well, I'm gonna move on real quick, and I'm gonna review a Minecraft. Who else watched this? Anybody?
I have not yet. I wish if I would have known, I definitely would have.
Nobody else watched. See, nobody understood the assignment, but old Mikey.
I have no interest in this movie at all, but for a podcast, I'll watch it.
Here's what I'm gonna do. Here's what I'm gonna do for you. I'm gonna go over to the big shot. I'm gonna do this. Where am I?
Behind.
Why isn't it making it bigger? There we go. I'm gonna, because I saw it, and you guys are all gonna sit there on the side and listen to me. And we're going to talk about a Minecraft movie. I got to go and see this in theaters. I took the kids. I love having a panel. I took the kids to go see this. I don't know anything about Minecraft. I didn't play Minecraft. I've watched my kids play it. They're really into it. They have a lot of fun. It's adventurous, it seems, and you can seemingly do anything you want in there. I do know that they have a library of everything that's banned, which is kind of cool. I thought that was a very cool thing that they keep in that world of Minecraft. But I stepped into this really not excited. Like, I was like happy for the kids. I knew they were going to get into Minecraft. It was going to be a lot of fun, but I wasn't excited. I was like, I don't know anything about it. I like Jack Black, but this seems like a kid's movie. Jason Momoa is fine, but like, I really need to go see him in a Minecraft movie. And everybody else, kind of whatever. I walked out of there having laughed pretty much the whole time. And just had a really genuinely fun time with it. And I think the kids that were like in the theater, kind of all excited and amped up, really kind of helped me get there. So I always grade my movies sort of on a curve. Like, I place them in different sort of placements of what they're at, because I'm not going to compare this to Raging Bull. You're a maniac if you do that. I see so many people who review movies, and it's like, well, I mean, if you like a Minecraft movie and you like Laurence Olivier's Rebecca, then I don't quite understand how these two fit. You're not a fan of movies if you like both of them. You can like both of them. Fun movies have a place. Too much of a place these days because Hollywood goes overboard with them, but they do have a place and they do entertain, and a lot of these are meant for families and kids, and that works. That's something that should exist, and that's what I liked about this. There's so many franchises that are becoming not kid-friendly. Marvel's sort of stepping out of it. DC was for quite a while not kid-friendly at all. And then we see more and more. And they kind of get shoehorned into this thing like of young adults, and like there's nothing really for kids. This is a video game for kids. Like Super Mario Bros., let's face it, kids love it. They like playing the games, but that movie spoke more to millennials. It really did. It played it up with the music of Aha and everything else. Minecraft really is for the fans. And again, I don't know anything about Minecraft, but I could see it on the face of everybody watching what they were talking about, what each character meant, what they were doing, crafting tables and stuff. I have no idea. I couldn't tell you, but this movie had it all, and it seems like it was entertaining as hell on that front. But I can tell you from a guy who just went to go see a movie, I had a lot of fun with it. It made me laugh out loud quite a few times. And if any movie can do that, I appreciate that. And that's why I got a 3 out of 5. It's just a fun movie. Go and see it. If you were going out there to think that this is going to win an Academy Award or shake any trees and announce anything on soapboxes, it's not. It's not. It's Jack Black as a guy named Steve in Minecraft. Just have fun. Just have fun with it. That's what I say. But that's my review of a Minecraft movie. Hopefully you guys go check it out. You don't have to check it out in theaters. Like I said, it is a fun movie, but it's not one that's like, I think needs to be gone and seen over there. Although it seems like the crowds are going crazy for it with all these college kids and stuff like that. So that's a lot of fun. But I am so happy to say Minecraft movie was a winner in my opinion. Go check it out. But let's get to, thanks for watching that, and let's get to our final segment for the night. Mick's movie pick from 1963. Guys, it is musical time. Here at the scene, snobs. I've covered them up even more. It's even better. So it's movie musical time, and we are hanging out, having a good old time. And last week we did My Fair Lady. This week, and it's out now, and you can go check it out if you're watching this. We picked Bye Bye Birdie. Why did I pick Bye Bye Birdie? Because it has a personal connection to me. I played Conrad Birdie in my 7th grade play, and so I've always sort of loved this movie. I watched it, and like it's a fun little event, a fun little dance and song and dance movie starring Dick Van Dyke and Margaret's first movie, and so many more. Janet Leigh is in it. There's just some great faces that pop up. It's funny. It's got a lot of great music to it, and I hope you enjoy it. Go check out my classic film review if you haven't seen it already, and come just hang out, talk to us, and leave comments and subscribe. But that was my mixed movie pick. Let's get you guys back to full screen. So, first Friday night. I like it. Wait, my woman is in it? In what? What's your woman in? In you? Oh,
Bye Bye Birdie.
Is she? Oh, she wants to watch it. Ooh, good. I told him to watch it earlier. He did not buy into that mixed movie pick. I don't think anyone here is buying into my mixed movie pick this week, but it's fun if you like musicals from the 60s.
I love that one. It's one of the first ones I watched with my mom. That and The King and I.
There you go. King and I watched too as a kid. I like that one a lot as well. Rodgers and Hammerstein's all right by me, unless your name is Sound of Music.
And it's even better. Marvelous.
So bad, dude. How do you like that movie?
Masterpiece.
It's not. How is that a masterpiece?
I'm just messing with you, Mick. I'm not even trying to mess with you, man. I'm sorry.
There's no way. There's no way. There's no way.
Yeah.
That movie just sucks, man. I don't understand how people like it. Nothing happens.
So good.
Like it's the English Patient of the 60s.
I like the English.
Although the English Patient, nothing happens throughout. Like from beginning to end, it's just dull. Actually, I'm watching. I was so. If you guys just kind of pass a few messages along before we sign off. One, we're on a new night and time. Fridays at 8. This is the first time I have not recorded a podcast on a Tuesday night. Recurring since 2011. It kind of made me a little sick to move it, but Sturdy talked me into it. No, I'm not going to put it all on him. Like it was an idea I had, and I was thinking about it, and it kind of worked out because I got some great people here and hanging out tonight. And yeah, I think we're going to do this for a while and see how it sticks.
Heck yeah.
It's going to be a lot of fun. So we're going to do Friday nights at 8. Goodbye Tuesday, but there will be stuff that's going to be coming throughout the week. We're going to be doing the Crypt Kickers again. We're going to be doing Jason and I and whoever else wants to join in. We're going to be doing a Tales from the Crypt rewatch every Wednesday night. We're going to go live. We're going to talk about a different episode, all in congruence. We're going to have a lot of fun. So anybody who wants to join in and kind of have a fun time with that, let's get it done. But all right, everybody, are you ready? Are you ready for it? I think you are. And it's called The End of the Show. Before we get going, though, where's Damn Gamer Ever? Tell them where they can find you.
Pretty much everywhere. YouTube, TikTok, Instagram, Facebook. Enjoy yourself. Have a good time. I'm just making a comeback, so give me a little time to get back into motion. You know what I'm saying? But I guarantee if you go check out some of the 600 plus shorts, videos, lives, all on my YouTube channel, you have a good time, and some of the personal stuff that I do over on my TikTok with gamer material stuff. So enjoy.
That's awesome. I love it. And Roy, I want to say thank you for joining in again and hanging out with us tonight, co-hosting. I appreciate you as always. I had a movie that popped in my head literally like 2 minutes ago that I would have put on the list. And I got to throw it out there. We got Detective Pikachu. Okay, that would have been a good one. That was a good movie.
I like that.
It was.
Wait, we never got a Detective Pikachu 2?
And there wasn't. Yep.
Oh,
that was totally a movie I would have loved to see a sequel to.
That's the thing with Ryan Reynolds, man. Like the way he does his career is so odd because I think he wants franchises. I think he's all about franchises, and he keeps starting them, and then they're hits. And the only one he's really stuck with is Deadpool. and I think it's because they had that Marvel money. But no Free Guy 2.
No.
Like he started quite a bit of them, like that one, even Detective Pikachu. No Detective Pikachu 2. Like he just does voice. I was like, you could probably get away with this for like quite a few movies and make a bank. You buy more soccer teams in Dubai or whatever too. So
More cell
More
towers
cell
and-
phone
yeah, some
more
satellites.
cell phone companies, yeah, and sell them. Just make sure they're made in America, but or in Canada. Oh,
Yeah, he's Canadian.
I love you, Canada. Listen, I love it. That was a good choice. I want to tell you guys, I appreciate you guys being here. This is going to be a wild one. Before we go, tomorrow night, 9 p.m. Eastern. No, 8 p.m. Eastern. I'm sorry. And I set the time for this episode. Jesus. 8 p.m. Eastern, we are doing Popcorn and Pints. It's the 200th episode. We're going to go live early. We're going to be hanging out. We're going to be talking with a lot of people and having fun, just like kind of reminiscing about some of our favorite episodes. We're taking a break from Bond. We will kick it back off next week and the week after that. Where we talked about Casino Royale and Quantum of Solace. We're almost done with our Bond journey. It's a lot of fun, but we're getting back to the wheels. We have lots to introduce there. Next week's show, I am super stoked for this. And this is a Sturdy will be joining. Hopefully everybody here, if they want to join in too, is more than welcome to. But next week's topic is top 5 movies you'd like to have been on set for while it was filmed. And that's going to be one of our main topics to talk about too, and what movies inspired us and stuff like that. So it's going to be a very fun night of reminiscing about movies and that thing that we love. So thank you, Sturdy, for that topic. And I'm looking forward to putting that list together. And but that's really the end of the show, everybody. So thank you so much again for joining in. Make sure you join in every Friday now at 8 p.m., but check it out by subscribing to the Scene Snobs channel over on YouTube, where we have all of our shows, classic reviews, tons more, and I would love for you to be a part of it. We love movies, and we know you do too, so join the Snob Nation and embrace the absurdity, because we're having a good time, and we're bringing it back big. So we're going to have a fun time for you, but all next week, we got fun stuff going on, so make sure you're following us, and until then, thank you, everybody, for joining in, and thank you all for watching, and I will talk to you guys later. Take care.